walk this earth like a god.
You scared? What? You scared? What? You scared? What? Kicking in the door, I make the bitches hit the floor for keys. Yeah.
Travis Scotty here, and I'm back with some more boxing. By now, y'all probably done heard that Vladimir Klitschko bitched out of the Anthony Joshua fight. I guess he's smarter than I thought that he was, than all of us thought that he was. I mean, we were so excited about that fight. That really was a great fight that literally just popped out of nowhere. Who would have even thought to even request that fight? Boxing fans wasn't thinking about it. Sure, it sounded good as hell, but I mean, it was just too good to be true. It always was. And the reason is because Vladimir Klitschko realized what time it is. He realized that his time is up. He had his time. You know, we got new blood out here right now. You know, it comes a point in time in everybody's life, especially like tough guys. And I think it's safe to say that Vladimir Klitschko is a tough guy because he's a professional fighter. He's been doing it for a lot of years. But it comes a point in time where that tough guy realizes that he's old. And then you have the young guns coming up. I mean, you still got it in you. You still got it in your heart. Like, ain't nobody about to fuck with me. But you 40 years old. This motherfucker like 25 years old. So, like, if y'all was to fight, even in the streets or in the ring, in this case, it's in the ring, but it's still the same shit. This is real life. You realize that you would have had a better chance if both of y'all was 25. You know, Vladimir Klitschko know what he doing. I don't buy none of this bullshit about, oh man, I wanted the WBA title to be on the line. If the WBA title can't be on the line, I don't want the fight. Get the fuck out of here, man. Because you could have let Lucas Brown go and fight some bum, the number 2 guy. You know, I don't call him a bum. He worked his way up the rankings. Let Lucas Brown fight the number 2 guy. Ask the WBA to make you the mandatory. They would have did it. They would have did it, man. He'd know. He could have just talked to them and told them, look, man, you know, I want to fight Lucas Brown for that vacant title. Flat out. No matter what he's telling the media. We've seen fighters request fights, ask for fights publicly, and then start questioning themselves later and then start making these demands and all of this shit. And then the fight don't happen. In this case, Vladimir Klitschko bitched up. And the reason that I say that, you know, fuck the belts. Look, man, it is world champions that's selling dope. Right now, they current world champions and they selling dope because the money that they making in the ring, it ain't enough to live on. They can't survive on that shit. And definitely, if we talking about former world champions that don't box no more, ain't no telling what the fuck they doing. I done seen some former world champions that's fucking crackheads that don't look like shit. That belt ain't shit. I mean, look, if you get the belt, look, you have the opportunity to be some shit if you become a world champion. It don't automatically make you the shit. Vladimir Klitschko been carrying around all the motherfucking belts all of these fucking years. He's sitting up here trying to act like a belt makes him. A belt don't make Vladimir Klitschko. We already know who the fuck you is. Even if you have 1 belt, we still respect you the same way as if you have 4. We all know that you was this dominant heavyweight champion. You dominated the heavyweight division for over a decade. We know that shit. You don't need the WBA title to prove that. You ain't fooling no fucking body, man. Fooling yourself. Why don't you keep it real? I'm a motherfucking old man, and I don't want to get my ass kicked by this young man. Because if I was 15 years old, 15 years younger, I'd kick your ass. Like Larry Merchant told Floyd. Well, he might not have did that, but, you know, he would have had a better chance if he was 50 years younger. See what I'm saying? It ain't no telling if a 25-year-old Vladimir Klitschko would have beat a 25-year-old Anthony Joshua. It's not guaranteed, but he would have had a better chance. So that's what happened, man. Reality set in. Dude, you just lost a unanimous decision to Tyson Fury, and that motherfucker can't even hit hard. They say he's slapping motherfuckers. He hit you hard enough where you didn't really want to run up on him. Anthony Joshua knocking everybody out. 100% guaranteed. 100% effective rate. You go in there with Anthony Joshua, you get knocked out. That's how it works out. That's just reality. chances are you had 100% chance of getting knocked out. Let's keep it real, man. Now, Vladimir Klitschko is 64-4 with 3 knockout losses. You see, now there's a percentage, there is a chance that you will get knocked out. And those times when he got knocked out, it wasn't this big age difference. You know, I mean, I'm not going to go out on a limb to say that Anthony Joshua is more talented than the fighters that knocked him out, but it's looking like Anthony Joshua is the future. That motherfucker ain't scared. Vladimir ain't scared. Vladimir is smart. That's what happened. And then you look at, he wanted that Tyson Fury rematch so bad. This dude done lost 4 fights already. You know what I'm saying? And he only avenged one of those. And that's the Lamont Brewster fight. And he wanted to avenge the Tyson Fury one, but I thought that he was going to lose anyways. You didn't bother to avenge the other ones when you got knocked the fuck out. You know, I always thought that said something about your character. Somebody told me that his brother avenged that loss. That don't count. Other motherfuckers can't fight your battles for you. Because maybe you was just scared of facing the person that knocked you out. So yeah, hey, go beat him up for me. He beat my ass. That do not fucking count. And then let's look at some money, man. You know, like, in order for us to know what's real about who's ducking who and why we didn't get shit, you know, that Tyson Fury rematch would have been a really big fight. A lot of money involved. Belts don't matter at this stage of Vladimir Klitschko's career. It don't. Who gives a fuck if you get the WBA belt back? Who gives a fuck? That's why I don't even think he gonna make the fight because he's saying like, oh yeah, the WBA belt, that's what I really want. It's not guaranteed you're gonna win the fucking fight anyway. So even if the WBA belt was on the line in the Anthony Joshua fight, it's not guaranteed you was gonna win that fight. You might have just got knocked out. And then Anthony Joshua would have got the IBF kept his IBF and got your WBA belt. It's all bullshit. Now let's look at some money, man. Vladimir Klitschko, he got a guarantee of $12 million in the Tyson Fury fight. $12 million. I saw somebody somewhere else that it was more. But it's saying right here that he got $15 million with his pay-per-view share and sponsorships. So $15 million. Now, he was guaranteed $18 million for the Anthony Joshua fight. And with pay-per-view and sponsorships, he would have made over 20. In the Tyson Fury fight, he made $3 million in pay-per-view share and sponsorship. So, you know, he would at least make that same amount, you know, with his TV deal. You know what I'm saying? And all of that good shit, plus the pay-per-view share. So, you know, it's not too much of a stretch to say that Vladimir Klitschko would have made like $22 million, at least $21 million, because he made $3 million, like I said before, in pay-per-view share and sponsorships for the Tyson Fury fight. $21 million is what you would have made, at least. You pass that up. I mean, they talking about he gonna fight Lucas Brown for the vacant belt. I mean, it's nothing is official yet. I think they're going to be announcing it maybe Friday or something like that, like officially what's going on. But it's pretty much expected that, you know, the WBA isn't going to sanction that fight with Anthony Joshua. And then Vladimir Klitschko is going to be able to fight for the vacant title against Lucas Brown or somebody. But you know what? Like, Vladimir Klitschko probably only make like $5 million in that fight. You know, I mean, what? No more than $8 million. So you going to pass up over $20 million so you can go and fight for like $5 million? I don't think he gonna make that fucking much for Lucas Brown. Who really want to see that shit? We already know what's gonna happen, man. Vladimir Klitschko gonna knock that boy the fuck out, man. And the WBA feel like they owe Lucas Brown some shit because they done fucked around and stripped him of his belt because of some food contamination shit, ruining his name and making it look like he was on steroids, and then come to find out he's not guilty. So they feel like, okay, well, fuck, we got to get this guy a title shot. So they gonna give It's basically just handing Vladimir Klitschko the belt. You'd rather get it handed to you, man. He could have fought Anthony Joshua for that fucking belt. He just didn't want to. Because he got scared. His time was up. You 40 years old now. And if he would have took that fight with Anthony Joshua, most likely, he would have got his ass knocked out. Vladimir Klitschko ain't no dummy. He ain't no dummy, man. This motherfucker know he getting up there in age. He know he's slowing down. Who the fuck is Tyson Fury for real, man? He pulled it off. He pulled off the upset. But what the fuck, man? Wilder would knock out Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua would knock out Tyson Fury. Luis Ortiz would knock out Tyson Fury. Fuck out of here, man. And this motherfucker dominated Vladimir Klitschko. So he didn't take that fight because Vladimir Klitschko was smart. I'm Travis Gotti. Thank you for tuning in to Travis Gotti Boxing. Subscribe.
I gotta quit fucking with you. I gotta quit fucking with you.